Over the last 4 years, we've spent more than 1,000 hours together in Humane Letters class, grappling with some of life's most profound ideas. Many of those moments were spent listening, often to people who perceive the world in an entirely different light than yourself. As you listened, did you listen only to find out whether you agreed or disagreed? Or were you listening with curiosity and a desire to cultivate a new perspective? As humans, each one of us is unique. Our differences range from our age, ethnicity, culture, background, perspective, personality, to even our favorite sports teams, just to name a few. While society demands that these differences are the source of our division, what if that were not the case? What if it is not the differences themselves, but rather our judgments of them, which divide us? It is far too easy, even natural, to listen to those we agree with, distancing ourselves from those with opposing views. Prejudice and intolerance hinder us from having ears to hear those not like us, confining us to the comfort and safety of our own circle. Why then should we listen to individuals who think differently than us? In an increasingly polarized world, listening is the bridge that unites not necessarily our minds, but our hearts. The skill of listening well ultimately enriches the human experience. Through listening, we are invited to see the world through a different lens and from a fresh perspective. In a complex and chaotic world, listening is the bridge that paves the way to more robust solutions to our challenges and a brighter future. It demands a measure of humility, but results in lifelong learning. The Apostle Paul says in Philippians 2:3, "In humility, consider others better than yourselves." Only when we appreciate that each individual offers something that we do not possess ourselves do we learn to truly listen. Author Margaret Wheatley once said, "You cannot hate someone whose story you know." This immediately reminded me of a character from Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov named Dmitri. When we first meet Dmitri, he appears a hopelessly corrupt man, stained by his crime and immorality. However, when we learn of his broken childhood, forsaken by his father and without a mother, and peer into the relentless battle in his heart to become a virtuous man, though always falling short, we can't help but abandon our hatred for empathy. Through earnestly listening to Dmitri, he goes from being the enemy to our friend. Listening does not mean relinquishing everything you hold to be true, but it does mean you strive to transform judgment into curiosity, to turn disagreement into shared exploration, to reverse defensiveness into self-reflection, and to replace assumptions with questions. So, as we graduate and move on to the next chapter of our lives, I encourage each one of you to never stop listening well. Stay curious rather than certain. I leave you with this challenge. Who will you listen to today? I would like to introduce my co-valedictorian, Maria DeGrasse.